Hello. Okay. First time I've done one of these like facials online. That's gonna be fun. I'm gonna lift the camera up just a little bit, so bear with me. I'm still here. Yeah, I think that's gonna be better. Yeah, okay. So, welcome to my first tutorial of a facial at home. So, I sent out a newsletter earlier and some social media stuff to kind of get you ready if you wanted to do this with me. So, we're going to do a salicylic acid-based facial, but it's what you have at home. And some of the things that we mentioned were some types of fruit, but I say have fun. That's what this has come about. It's just fun since we're not able to touch you. I know some of you guys have had my wonderful hands massaging your face, and so they need to stay active. And so I'm going to look on some tutorials to have some new massage techniques. So if I look down over here, I've got my laptop open. As we age and I have really bad eyes, I want to be able to read any questions that might pop up. So I'm going to be looking at the laptop since I don't want to go, what are they saying? So I'm going to wait just a couple more. I know it's right at 5 o'clock on the dot. So let us jump on. I hope there's not some weird feedback. You guys let me know if there's some weird feedback once I jump on this Facebook Live. And I don't know if I can even do that. It's something new. Just, oh, there I am. Okay, sweet. So there. Okay, so I'm gonna expand that so I have an easier time. And this has got a lot of drag, so yeah, so it's gonna be a delayed response. So bear with me if your question comes up and I don't automatically get to it. And if I have to, I'll reach over there and try to answer some of your questions. All right, so someone sent something. Verna, welcome! Yay! Also, if you want to still support us, I sent out a newsletter. I'm gonna hit up, or no, I did hit up social media before I came on, that we did close this past, or today actually, was our last day. We took our last clients yesterday. And it just came to the place, even though we were always really up to beyond health code standards and our cleanliness, there was a place that I had come to where people coming in weren't necessarily staying home as much as they should, and I just started getting really concerned about, even though we were super like OCD in our sterilization, like up and beyond where we normally are, I was coming to this place where I wasn't aligning with it. So we're gonna take a 2-week pause. I'll reevaluate as we move forward, but we get to do these fun things. And in my newsletter, my email, I said if you want info@floatinglotusyogastudio.com. Email me from some of you guys that do have skincare products. I will head up to the studio and ring you up and deliver it to your house, unless you live like an hour away. No, I might mail it to you then. So we've had a young lady, Charlene, that works at Eggshells, call me up today and was like, hey, can I have that amazing cleanser? So kudos to all you wonderful people out there that are still supporting your favorite local businesses, because we need them. You know, it really broke my heart to have to tell my girls that we're down, you know. And so I'm going to be there for them for whatever they need. So, all right, let's get started. So hopefully you gathered your ingredients. I was chatting to give you a little bit of that time. So the recipe, this is the one I wanted to work on tonight. So if you have any of the fruits that have salicylic in them, they were blackberries, strawberries, I think tangerines. Jamie said she had clementines. Totally use clementines. It's part of the tangerine family. So it does have salicylic in it. Raisins was on there, tomatoes. We're not using a whole bunch, but I know you guys stockpiled your freaking pantry, and your fridge is probably like expelling its contents. So you should have something. Even if it's a frozen thing, you can use canned. It's just something fun for us to do tonight. Cassie Lamb, Alan, oh my goodness. Mwah. We were known as Cassie and Cassie. That was my childhood friend growing up. We were all over the place together, walking to town and getting a treat and coming back home. So thank you for joining. So I have strawberries, and I've already measured this out. So there is my half a cup of my berries. I have my sugar, which is going to give the grip. So the salicylic is in the strawberries. The sugar has our grit. It is a 1/4 cup. And then I have my coconut oil. You can use other oils. I think I mentioned on there that you could use whatever kind of oils you have. Just go more of the natural sense. Think of something that you wouldn't mind like taking a big spoonful and putting in your mouth. I know we cook in like, you know, different kinds of oils, but if it's something that looks like it's got hydrogenated palm oil in it, you know, you can use it. I would probably suggest not. Go more natural, like an almond oil or grapeseed oil or coconut oil. And so there you have it. Let's talk about salicylic acids. What it does, it's an oil absorber. So it will go into the oil that you have on your skin and kind of like take care of that. So it removes dirt, impurities. It gives you a healthy glow. You can use it as a chemical in the aesthetics room where it's more of a man-made, but it's derived from strawberries. Usually we ask someone if they're allergic to salicylic, like strawberries or some types of fruits, that to make sure that they're not allergic, because it might be the salicylic. And so we wouldn't do a facial with the salicylic on them. It's great for oily and acneic skin, but it's fantastic in lower quantities for someone that's super dry. So, especially with what we're doing tonight with this coconut oil base to do the scrub, it's not gonna be a problem at all. So, removing the pores of the dirt and debris that's in the pores, not the pores, we're not gonna remove the pores, but the dirt and debris that's in the pores. This is what's gonna happen. So, what I have right now is I'm gonna put my strawberries in this little, I gotta show you this, this is so cute. This is my grandmother's from 1980, and it still works. I think this plastic part has a little bitty crack in it, and I will not, it's just, I can't throw it away. It's like the littlest thing, and I love it. And I know they have other ones out on the market that are small, but it's just, it reminds me of her every time I use it. So I'm gonna put my little strawberries in here. This is gonna get really loud for a moment, but not for very long. If you don't have a little blender or food processor, if you need to get some aggression out, maybe your kids have been messing with you all day, or you're just all in the house, like take a fork and just mash it and just get it all mashed up. That's what this is gonna do. So I'm gonna take a moment, and it's gonna get loud. There we go. So now I have my strawberries all smashed up. Jamie, Alex, and Jamie, yay, thanks for joining. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna just dump this in my bowl. And I have a sink over there, so I'm gonna drop that in the sink. Oh my gosh, if you use strawberries, doesn't it smell amazing? Oh my word. Oh, and I forgot, I was gonna have a cocktail. I kind of already made it because I wanted to see how it was. If you want the recipe for that, I will totally give it to you. I was just experimenting. I used to be a bartender, and so I like to experiment with cocktails. And my drink is still here, so I used it for a picture prop. This was given to me by Sabrina Llewellyn. It says, be happy, be bright, be you. And so this is my special glass. So cheers. If you're having some kind of yummy drink tonight, have a sip with me. Salute. So, all right, we got our strawberries. Now I'm gonna add my sugar. I already pre-mixed it. This is actually a little, bleached white processed sugar. It wouldn't be normally what I would probably use. Definitely wouldn't be what I use in the treatment room, but it's the only sugar I have on hand. It's for our hummingbird feeders, so I am going to use it since that's what I have. The sugar I usually have is it's made from almost like a powder. It's not really granule, and so it's for my husband. He doesn't, or myself. We don't eat a lot of sugar because I have a really bad sugar tooth. So I use things that are not as intensely high in sugar. So we've got our, this is gonna make the recipe I give you is gonna make a massive amount. So what I'm gonna tell you to do is put this in a container and put it in the fridge and you could use it once a week until it's gone. And so what I'm loving about this, it was really hard for me to shut the business down today, but what I'm looking forward to is just a pause. I think the whole world's being told just stop, sit down, take a breath. A girl I follow, Kira Sherman, she put that out there the other day, and I loved it. I was like, yeah, it's like you just need all to calm down, just sit down for a minute and reevaluate what's important to you. And so skincare has always been important to me, as well as yoga. So we've stirred this up, and what I'm gonna do now is take probably about, I'm gonna take my rings off because I don't want all that in my rings. So I'm gonna remove my rings. Hey, Susan Toon, welcome. I've been following what you guys have been doing over there at West Little Rock Yoga, so I'm excited to see what's gonna come up. I know Amy's been having a hard time, bless her. Amy, if you jump on, let me know if there's anything you need from me for helping doing any online stuff. I'm still figuring it out myself, girl. So I'm gonna just take this and work it around. So this part I don't wanna recontaminate, so I'm gonna move it over the side, and I'm just gonna it's gonna be a little messy. So I'm just gonna use as much as I can without it dripping all over the place. This is probably best performed in a, hey Gina, that's my cousin. Probably best performed in a shower, but we're figuring it out. So, here we go. So what I would suggest for moving this around is just in circular motions. We do these facials, we do a live demo in the studio sometimes where we take a group of girls, like they have a spa party, and there'll be like 10 to sometimes 15, we've had 20 girls before. We have a snack section and drink section set up, and we take everyone through a demo. And so in that demo, what I typically say is, if you have these lines that run across like this, I know I do, because I'm more skeptical than I am this way. This is opinionated and judgy, and this is like, what are you up to? So, or surprise. So if you have the lines that run this way, cross-sectional, you can go up and down, just like that. There we go. And then I'm going to keep working this around. For those that have oily skin, this might be a little oily for you. So if that's the case, back up the oil content in it. It's not gonna hurt you. It was one of the hardest lessons I had to learn growing up, and got into a skin, well, when I was growing up, it was sea breeze. It was like, it was so dry and tight. I wanted my skin, because my skin was so oily, that I didn't want oil on my face because I had enough of it. But what was happening was the opposite. I was stripping the natural oil, so therefore my skin was like freaking out and wanted to produce more oil, and therefore I could have like survived my acne years and my overproduction of oil a lot faster if I had used oil on my face, but no one told me that. They probably didn't really know much about that. I think it was like dermatologists were like, here's some pills, let's take these pharmaceuticals. Like, I think at that time, it was before Accutane was out, and so I was taking antibiotics for years, so that was not helpful. Hey Jesse, hi. So we talked about these lines. We have these. So again, up and down. These are what we do in our facials. We do cross-sectional massage. I'm not flipping y'all the bird, I promise. And then these, you can move. In our massages, we do this movement like this. You can't really do that on your own self. So what you can do is find your jawline and find your cheekbone, and there's this soft point. That's where we do this lymphatic drainage massage. And so in that place, what you can do is do this. And you can even add to it. I know I'm probably making some really weird faces. There's my dog. Jaw, neckline, you can pull the thumbs and go like that. And then neck. This is a lot of what we do. We pull it up towards the chin. And then we can pull it out. And see, I started swallowing. So if you did that movement like this, and you did this, and you started to swallow, what's happening is that you're moving toxins out, and you're pushing it into the lymphatic system. And so when I'm doing facials and people start like swallowing, it's typically what's happening is you are draining your lymphatic system. So if you're doing this, any of this. Hey, Lele. So maybe I'll give her some strawberries. Maybe she can totally eat this. Here, look here. I'm just gonna throw that on the floor for you. I'm glad my husband's not home. He gets really upset with me when food accidentally falls on the floor. So, again, if it's a little oily for you, that's okay. We're gonna leave this on, and I will answer any questions you have. I will say that I had a wet towel. There's another thing a little trick. I always keep white washcloths in my bathroom, and then I clean them really frequently, and when they start to lose their color, start to not be, they're kind of dingy, I'll go get some more and use these as cleaning rags, so that I'm not necessarily just contributing to the throwing away. So I'm gonna have a little sip. So, all right. How's everyone doing out there? Are we all at home? I know we're all at home now if you're on here. But is most everyone working from home? Or just nestled in? Oh, the floating loaves. How do we share this? And I'll share it at the end. So, hope, it ends and then I share it. So that'll be when I actually close shop with the, if you're feeling like your hands are sticky, that's the sugar and the sugar in the strawberries. Nestled in resting, I love that. So I would typically leave this, and it's kind of like more, it's a kind of a combo. It is a scrub and a mask because of the oil. So once you've massaged real good, you can begin to feel like, how long do I want to keep this on? And then you would just take it off. That's really all that we got for this wonderful strawberry coconut goodness or oil goodness. And so, yeah, if you have any questions, my laptop just shut down. Nesting, yes, not working from home yet. I know, Alex. Alex has been on the front line, so you and your mom are angels. So God bless you. Keep your family safe, most definitely. Leslie, she says, what other fruits would you recommend for this type of facial? So I've got my list here for like what was mentioned for salicylic, and the reason for salicylic, it's a BHA, beta hydroxy acid. And so it's the better one to kind of unplug the skin of oil. You don't necessarily use a water base when you're talking about removing oil. And dirt, because our pores, the actual follicle holds dirt and debris, and it's all smushed in with oil. That's why you get those little blackheads, is because it's dirt and debris in the oil, and it oxidizes when air hits it, and so it gets a little brown. And so what we have listed on the page is raisins, prunes, apricots, blackberries, blueberries, cherries, cranberries, grapes, pineapples, plums, oranges, tangerines, strawberries, tomatoes. I can't ever pronounce the guava. And then of course, like I said, Jamie was using clementines because that's what she had at home. So you can always Google up, what things would work. And then instead of the oils, if you want something a little bit more grit and soak up a little more oil, maybe back off the oil, you can use oats. I'm going to do one with coffee, because I do a French press coffee, so I always have coffee grounds. So I'm going to make that into a facial too. And we can go AHAs, alpha hydroxy acids, at some point and talk about what that's good for as well. Hey, Whitney. So, awesome. This has been really fun. And I've done some Facebook Live groups with a few people, and I've really liked the interaction. So it's really, really fun. Plus, I like, if you don't get to see it, you still get benefit from going back and watching it. So I'm actually going to remove mine. And what you'll notice is this you can actually heat up and roll it up, put it in a nice glass jar or bowl that's, you know, microwave safe. Throw it in the microwave for just a little bit and it'll be nice hot. This one's actually kind of cool, and so I'm just going to remove gently. Another thing, hey, you want some more strawberries? Of course they do. There you go, strawberries. This is so fun. It's kind of like the kid at the grocery store. You don't want to buy them candy, but you do anyway, just to shut the hiccup. Hi. Hey, Whitney. Another thing, really quick before we end this, sugar is a natural enzyme, so it does help the process of eating up the little dead skin cells. The reason we want the dead skin cells, I didn't get to that. The reason, not just the dirt and debris that's in the pores, the reason we want to work on our exfoliation is because there's 7 layers of the skin. Let's see if I can get 7 layers of the skin. And so epidermis and dermis, the 4 top layers is your epidermis, last bottom 3 is your epidermis, and no, actually 7, yeah. Anyway, there's the 7 layers of skin. So these first few layers are going to be like the stratum corneum. You want to get that removed because it looks like little cornflakes on a microscope. And so let's say that you are looking to hydrate your skin, and you bought this amazing hydrator, and you're just putting it on, and then you realize that you're still just as dry as you were a week ago, and you've been using this thing for a week. It's because there's not exfoliation. But then you also got to watch out for that. We have 2 different kinds of people in the aesthetics world. We call them, there's the princess and there's the crazies. And so the princess would be like, oh, I don't even want to exfoliate, very lightly. And then the crazy's like, I want to bulldoze my skin down to the muscle. So here's the rules of thumb, 80-20. 80% moisturizer, 20% exfoliation. Awesome. All right, I'm probably gonna let this oil just sit on my face because it feels really nice. I'm just gonna make sure I get that sticky sugar feel off of it. And then I'm gonna follow up later on in my bathroom with a little eye cream after I take my eye makeup, because I didn't really actually go around in here with my mascara and stuff like that. So, all right, let me see. My laptop went out, the screen did, so I'm gonna lean in and say, oh, I love you too. Mwah. And that would be Whitney. She works with me. And so, all right, you guys take care, stay safe. And if you want any kind of one-on-ones, questions, whatever, you can message me at the Floating Lotus or at Cassandra Taylor Benning. I would be absolutely super stoked, let's say stoked, to answer any questions you have. Because it's not just me. I have Liz, Nashay, Jamie, Whitney. We got a new girl, Brandy, that's coming on. We have a wealth of knowledge, and so I would love to share all the knowledge that we have. So until next time, you guys. Mwah!